Welcome to my channel. I'm Evil Kitten, and today we're going to be talking about Lisa Frankenstein. I loved this movie. I loved everything about it. I loved the music. I loved the wardrobe. I loved the characters. I thought they were really good. I loved all the neon colors. You know, it's a classic 80s type of movie. It's very much Heather's Weird Science. Addams Family wasn't in the 80s, but it's got that smart, quirky, gothic type of movie. Definitely inspired by Tim Burton, stylistic wise, even with like the, you know, animation and dream sequences. And definitely tell that Zelda Williams was inspired by Tim Burton. You can tell she's a Tim Burton fan, for sure. It was written by Diablo Cody, who written Jennifer's Body, which I love. Apparently it's supposed to be set in the same universe as Jennifer's Body. I did not get that. I don't know. With any of the movies that I mentioned, you're gonna love Lisa Frankenstein. As far as the plot goes, I loved the plot. It's about this girl who is kind of like a loner. Something really tragic happened to her, and her mother dies, and she has to go live with her stepmother and stepsister. Typical stepmother, you know, bitchy, doesn't like her storyline. She's weird. She's a weird girl. She's a loner. She's kind of morbid. She likes darker things. She's obsessed with death kind of type thing. And she falls in love with this gravesite. One night, he comes to life. And if you know Frankenstein, then you know what happens. Basic Frankenstein story. But there was certain things in it, I'm not gonna lie, there were certain things that like it felt a little rushed. It didn't really go into detail as to what happened, or how, or why it happened. Like it just kind of like went, and then, oh, this was happening. As far as the characters go, I loved the evil stepmother, played by Carla Gugino. She was great. She was probably one of the stronger characters in the movie, I think. She was just so good. She's good at being a bit of a dick. There was played by Joe Crest. And yeah, he played a good clueless dad. Henry Elkenberry, to me, his character was trying to be like Ethan Hawke in Reality Bites. I didn't much care for that character. I loved Liza Sorbiano as Taffy. She was probably my favorite. She was probably my favorite character out of all of them. Her story arc was the best. Like, she lost her shit towards the end. Like, slowly but surely her character was just losing her mind. And I loved that. She was probably my favorite, honestly. I loved it. Katherine Newton as Lisa Swallows was fantastic. She was great. I kind of wish that they made, you know, Lisa, actually showed more of like a backstory of her being quirky. They kind of really didn't. They were just like, it was kind of rushed. She was just like, bam, Lisa Frankenstein. The way she transformed was, they were kind of it kind of gave me like the Ginger Snaps vibe. They were trying to make her sexy, like this sexy, cool, gothic chick. And I wish that they didn't do that. I wish that they made her fucking unhinged. I wish that they made her lose her mind and go crazier and crazier and crazier and just do really weird, bizarre things. She didn't. She just seemed kind of like she kind of seemed like this carefree, just, she was very whimsical in the way that she walked, like very, very dramatic, very, and then as far as, you know, Cole Sprouse as the monster, I thought he did great. I thought his physical comedy was really good, because he doesn't speak. He doesn't Frankenstein as a monster, so he has to be pieced together. So he has to have parts from other people, and then, you know, then he becomes whole. But I wish that they made his character less emotional and sad sappy, and more aggressive and just like violent. Like, the parts that I didn't like were that the story didn't really go into like it didn't really explain some of the things that happened in it. It just kind of was like, bam, that's happening. I feel like there could have been some like butting heads between Lisa and the monster, especially towards the end. There wasn't. It's Lisa Frankenstein, and Frankenstein kills his monster in the originals. So there was no anger between the two. I feel like there should have been a little bit more, just a little bit more. That it was PG-13. and it's kind of a teeny bopper movie. So like if you're like from the age of 13 to like 18, 20, this movie will be great for you. I feel like they should have pushed the limits a little bit more of a PG-13 movie. I kind of wanted it to be R-rated. That's the problem. I wanted it to be a little more graphic, a little more violent, a little more... I kind of wish that there was a little more drama like there was in Jennifer's Body. There was a little more violence in Jennifer's Body, a little more drama between the characters, whereas this one, there was no drama between them. Just kind of... But I enjoyed it. I think I would own it. I would add it to my collection because I like those type of movies. So I'd give it 4 stars. Alright, so that was my review of Lisa Frankenstein. And let me know what you thought. Subscribe, like. See you later, little demons.